Okay, it's the 3rd of January. The frost is still on the ground just after midday. It's absolutely lovely and crisp, especially as I've got a nice warm workshop to work in. But I thought I'd do a little walkabout, just see what we've got planned for the new year, really. Already had a bit of a gardening fail, which is always nice. Start it off so good, but this actually happened last month. Last month I just didn't get outside that much. I was in the workshop all the time, trying to keep up with orders and the like. So I haven't cleared out the greenhouses yet. There's no point going in those, just full of dead plants really. But what I had done in kind of the end of October was I'd sorted out loads of beds here, and I'd got in hengruen, which was a great heritage wheat which I got given, and it luckily didn't plant it all. And then what's happened is birds came down and literally stripped the lot. There is a bit of safety in numbers when it comes to growing grains. Obviously I hadn't planted enough. I also planted loads of broad beans and field beans as well, and they have all been eaten also. So yeah, I didn't do very well on that one really, trying to get some stuff in and some cover in. It would have been really nice. All these beds were completely full of wheat, and it would all come up as well, but something's had the lot, much to my annoyance. I have got some alliums in, so I have got some shallots in. I've got some actually that should come up. Obviously missed harvesting some. They look like elephant garlic down there. They look like almost like ornamental alliums as they grow. Got some different shallots there, some more garlic, different beds of garlic, and then my beds of broad beans, just everything's gone, just eaten up and not there. So a bit disappointed in that, but I can plant it again, and this time I'll plant it in the greenhouse in root trainers, and I'll plant them out. I was risking it just by planting them direct. I knew that when I did it, but I had plenty of seed, so it wasn't the end of the world. And then down here I have tidied up the weeds. The idea is to bring this greenhouse over here, this little 8x6 greenhouse, this old one, bring it over, probably put it in that corner, and then use that for strawberries, and then raise beds down here. So I'm not far off actually starting on something down here. If I had some time last month, I probably would have started it. It was a bit wet, so yeah, I don't regret not coming out here when it's wet and horrible. Hoping for some nice days and hoping to spend a bit of time each day again, like I do half an hour a day or something. No point going in the polytunnel. It's also a mess. Needs tidying up. And something I can do on some of these frosty days actually. Be quite nice. Go down to the orchard. Have a look down there. Sounds like a farmer's on hedge trimming in the distance. Love it on days like this, so you can see we've got no lot down here for the chickens at the moment, so you can see all my chickens finding the nicest bit of sunshine and just hanging out in it. The apple trees did really well this autumn. I'm looking forward to getting them pruned. That's a job I could do the next month or so. Also need to clean the polytunnel off. Seems to be a yearly job now once the kind of algae's got a bit established. Clean it off, because it makes such a difference to the light levels in there, really does. Down here we got got 3 Indian game boys I need to get rid of. I'm either going to eat them, or if anyone wants any Indian game cockerels, give me a shout. Really quite nice looking birds. Look how wide that one is there. Really good for meat birds and to breed with. And then down here, what I have done, I bought a big bale of straw, and I've used it to start mulching this area between my pear trees and my plum trees, where I've got these kind of closely together cordons to do a bit of silviculture type thing. The idea is we're going to plant beans and quinoa and stuff like that down here. So hopefully we can start growing some more of our staples. It'd be really cool to grow a lot of beans. I'd really like to do that a bit more, but trying to eat with them more as well. And the quinoa and stuff, it's really good for you. Especially daughter's diabetic, so having lower carb, higher protein foods is a good thing. Got here one of my beehives that I made from scratch with the linseed paint on. The linseed paint seems to be brilliant, it really is the thing for it. So I need to get the others painted up once I get a bit more sunshine, because it needs UV light to cure. But I'm pleased with that. It's not going to go there, it's going to go in my apiary over there, but it's just where I set it up, just to see how it kind of weathers over winter really. got my little chicken coops, my kind of broody coops, and I've got them propped on battens. I've got no chickens in them at the moment, but the last thing you want is them kind of sat on the ground and it kind of rotting the bottom of them. So sit them up on some battens, and you're better off rotting them than rotting the actual chicken coop. It's just some of the wood that they space the timber out with that I get delivered each month for the things I make. The frost has gone off this field. See, I would have been better off putting my veg garden over here, really, in hindsight, but it's nice to have it close to the house. Just a shame that in the winter sometimes it doesn't get any sunshine for a little bit in the kind of darkest days of December and January. And you can see here where we had this big branch out of this tree. I have started to deal with it. Managed to have a few afternoons down here just kind of sorting it out. So I've got some stuff to chop up for firewood or whatever I can use it for. Got some stuff to chip. Need to get my chipper going, and some of the bigger stuff I've already split. If you're going to log it up, I always say split it straight away, otherwise you'll regret it later on. And I've still got a few more there. What I might do with that long one, there's no knots in it really, so I might cleave that and try and make something usable out of it. These would have been pollarded in the past, I'm fairly sure, and used for gate posts and things like that. So it'd be good to still use some of it. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. You know, use it for fencing or whatever. And then once I've done that, I need to tackle this big oak tree that I keep talking about, or at least make it so I can get through, even if I don't get it all done. But it'd be lovely to be able to get a tractor through there again. Probably start and just work my way back on the smaller branches. And what I did do in kind of November time, you can see here all the blackthorn that I've kind of cut out from my coppice area. I had a good few days where I just did like half an hour with the electric chainsaw, come down here and just try to cut out the blackthorn. It was really starting to get on my nerves and encroach everywhere really, which is what blackthorn does. Great hedging plant, but it doesn't have spread. So it'd be really cool to get that chipped as well before the grass starts growing. Got a few months yet, and I've started to work my way up here. The plan is, you know about my willow coppices up there, but I want to do this now, this section from here where these beehives are up to where I've got the willow growing. I want to do as basket willow. And willow, it's really good for weaving. So I want to get that in. Might plant it through plastic. We've got the two hives here. I should imagine the bees are fairly quiet today, but probably could do with hefty need. Put these in. I can see quite a few mites. I probably need to treat them with some oxalic acid. Still a bit of weight to both hives, so whether I feed them with fondant or not, I'm not 100% sure. It is only my first year still with them, but I think we'll get some oxalic acid. On the next frosty day we'll treat them for that, try and reduce the varroa mite for next year, and maybe chuck in some fondant on the top as well, just give them something else to eat. So yeah, need to get on with a few different jobs. I'd like to lay some hedges. I say this every year. I'm going to do the willow, that's one of my next jobs. Need to chip all the stuff that I've cut up, need to get through that gateway. Loads of stuff outside to do, but I also need to run my business. So I'm currently just building up stock in the workshop, just trying to keep that kind of ticking over. And if I can build it up on some cold days like this, hopefully get some nicer days where I could be outside working and I won't feel so guilty I've got stuff that can just kind of run along. I've done a few magazine articles. So I've just done a shuffleboard table top. I've done a video for that. You might have seen that. That was a project just before Christmas. Made some shelves for someone. So I've done quite a few different jobs and had a few emergency jobs with a guy I work with a lot in the village and the next town. So I kind of kept busy that way, as well as the magazine stuff. But what I'd really like to do as well is build some nukes as well. So I want to build some beehive and nukes. If you've got anything you want me to build, let me know. Maybe it'll come as a magazine article or something. I might find it fun to build, do a video for you. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great new year, guys, and look forward to seeing you all the way through 2025. See you next time.